Hi everyone, James here from F9 Audio, and I quickly want to show you this remarkable little black box from the 1980s, the Simmons digital Claptrap. Now, Simmons were famous for making the electronic drum pads of the 80s, but they also made this box stand alone, and it has one purpose: to make thick, powerful clap sounds. It uses a mixture between a tuned noise circuit and a digital clap sample, a very clever digital clap sample too. The reason we've got it here is that it was a vital part of our forthcoming F9 release, Electric Funk. When we looked around the internet, we couldn't actually find many comprehensive sample sets for the Claptrap. They're actually quite rare devices, quite specialized, and sometimes they go for silly money. So we decided, as a prelude to Electric Funk, to put together a nice little sample collection formatted for all of the major samplers and DAWs. To get your copy of this sample pack, simply click on the link in the description of this video. It will take you to a Facebook post, leave a comment on that post, and it will automatically be delivered to you via Facebook Messenger. So now let's have a look at the Claptrap in action. And it's got a simple trigger button here, a decay control for the digital clap. You can hear it's some kind of weird loop going on in the background, a pitch control for the digital clap. And the same for the noise. So I'm just going to turn over to the noise now. This is just the noise section of the box. That's the noise decay control. Here's the noise pitch. Gets a bit pokey up there. You can hear there's a resonant filter involved. Now, I know they don't sound much, but you add them together, and get it just right. It can start to sound like a very useful clap. Now, bearing in mind, most of the claps that you're hearing on old disco, funk and 80s records are not actually hand claps at all. Before the drum machines came in, all sorts of things were being used to fake hand claps, because hand claps, I don't know if you've ever tried recording them, are incredibly difficult to get sounding any good by themselves. Now, the great thing though about human hand claps is that they're ever so random. If you get a group of 3 or 4 people clapping together, every single hit will be slightly different. Now, this Claptrap has a humanizer button. If I turn this on, and I'm going to go over to the digital clap sample now, increase the decay, you'll hear every single clap. Now, I've got no idea what the humanizer is doing, but it sounds like it's throwing some kind of noise into the pitch control and the decay control and even the sample start, sorry. But once again, we add that with the noise. Every clap starts to sound slightly different. Now, you layer that up with a series of multi-track recordings and the results can be stunning. So let's nip over to a project and see that in action now. So I've pulled up a little new disco beat inside of Ableton, and we're going to add some claps to this using the Claptrap samples that we've got inside the different sampler formats. Now, I'm going to use Kontakt for this example, but don't worry if you don't have either Ableton or Kontakt. We have formatted this for ESX24 inside of Logic, NNXT for Reason, Presence XT inside of Studio One. There is a sound font. There are also files for Battery 3, Maschine and MPC V2. So pretty much we should have nearly everybody covered, so everybody can grab a copy of this. All right, let's hear the beats as they stand now. Pretty nice already, but it's very snare drum driven. Now, a lot of us really spend a lot of time on our snare drums, but trust me, when it comes to disco, funk, and often house as well, it is all about the claps. So let's first of all pick a particular section of these samples. We've got about 11 different sets of samples and 10 variations. Now, in this example, they're spread out across the keyboard. There are some round robin variations for users of the ESX24 and Kontakt. Let's use that lighter one first. Now, what I'm going to do is come over to Ableton. We're going to return the record quantization on. So this first one is going to be locked tight. So let's copy that part across the beat, and now let's duplicate the channel, change the sound slightly. I'm going to use a different set of samples. These are all spread up across the keyboard, so all I've got to do is change my playing position. But this time I am going to turn the record quantize off, so they will keep any live feel that I'm playing in. So let's duplicate that track one more time, and I'm going to play another part in, but trigger the notes in a slightly different order, also with no quantize applied. Now, I'm actually going to add a couple more tracks to this, but I'm sure that you guys, like me, find that so many tutorials just drag on and on and on. So let's skip to the end. I've added about 5 separate tracks of claps. Only one of them is quantized. They're all panned around the stereo field. I've applied some EQ and compression, and listen to how good we can get this sounding quickly. So the Simmons Claptrap is one of those interesting little boxes that definitely has the funk. This is one of the first of the F9 Bytes range. These are producer toys completely free that we're going to be dropping throughout the next few years. For your copy, simply head over to the Facebook post and just leave a comment and we'll deliver it via Messenger. Don't forget, Electric Funk is coming from us very soon.